Hey, hello, Said. It looks like we are live.
Hey,
And
Roberto.
hey, yeah, we are live. Okay, let me check and put this out. And first of all, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for taking this time, for all the preparation that I know you did, and for investing this time to you, and also to the people who is already connected. I see already someone in saying hi in the chat. Hi, Andreas. Hi, Joe. And also thank you because you are investing also 1 hour of your time, which is the most precious resource that we have, is never going to go back. And you're already seeing things happening on Said's screen. So we invite you to engage with us, to interact with us, because this talk, this live will be different. And we will be doing it much, much more interactive. So we will not wait until the middle of the conversation for the questions. So if you have any question for Said, if you have a question for me, just put it in the chat and we will go there in a moment. And first of all, I'm going to close just with you. And a little introduction. I knew you since July 2023, Said, when Indra, which is a common friend of us, recommended me to follow you because he said, "Oh, this is an amazing person to follow, so many good things." And I'm so surprised that we are having the conversation after 2 years. And I look back and I go, wow, so much time has passed. And I'm very grateful for this recommendation because I learned so much from you. But, so please.
No, I just want to say thanks a lot for the invitation. And yes, I think this week was the first time we actually spoke with each other, which
Yes.
is like weird.
And it's also the beauty of the internet, how we can connect with people all around the world. And my first question for you, Said, and for also for the people who is connected, what's your story?
Yeah, that's always a very challenging question.
Yeah.
So I don't want to start with my birth. That would be too long, a 40-year story. But I would like to start with, I can never remember when it was. It's like I have a time gap in when the pandemic started. Was it 2021, 2020? I cannot remember anymore. It's a long time ago. Um, before the pandemic, I've been always in customer service, having different roles there, from starting at the very, not in a negative way, but at the very bottom as a customer service agent for many years, as a trainer, quality management, customer experience management, all the things that have to do with customers, and trying to support them and provide the best experiences they can have in different companies. And when the pandemic hit us all and we were at home, it was, I think, challenging for all of us. It's a new situation. Of course, we did like remote things before, if you did like home office, but now we were forced to organize everything. And yeah, and also for my private life, I was looking for things to entertain myself, to not go crazy, to not go depressed when you're at home 24 hours a day. And I discovered just different things that I didn't know about. I'm a geek, and I was very surprised that, oh, there are certain tools people can use to make their online sessions, their virtual meetings more engaging, more fun, different, more than just having somebody is sharing PowerPoint slides and then is talking for an hour like a TED talk, right? And yeah, and I got very passionate about the things that I figured out, and I'm a tinkerer, so tried out, watch a few things on YouTube and read a little bit and followed the right people that are already in this business, which are streamers, by the way. So a lot of streamers do use this. And, oh, how could I use this to make like workshops based on this, or trainings, or just fun meetups? Yeah, and from there, I was very, very passionate. Just did it for myself, as a hobby, while I was still in my role in the company. And after a while, I thought, okay, there is. I always share the things that I do, just because I like to share, hey, look what you can do. And then, or people are interested in these things, or people didn't know about that. And sometimes it's small things. Oh, I didn't know you can do this, or how do you do this? Oh, okay, I thought everybody know already. And yeah, then I took it just as a challenge for myself to also educate others, share with others what is possible, how they can do it themselves. Yeah, and that's fast forward. Here I am calling myself the facilitator and trying to support others in making their sessions less like 2020, more like 2025. Right? If you're still doing the same things you did before the pandemic online, are you missing out? Right? It's you don't. We had this conversation. You don't know what you don't know. So if you don't know what's possible or how
Yes.
to do things differently, how should you? But um, there is so much that it can be done with small means that can change the way you do
Yeah,
things.
absolutely. There's one thing that stands out from your story, Said, is that I hear you have a huge curiosity.
Yeah. The first thing I think it's often when I do things like let's talk about a tool, for example. It doesn't matter which one it is. I see a tool, I use Miro, for example, or
Yeah.
others. My first question is, what else can I do with it? It's not
Okay.
about, okay, what can everybody do? I mean, there's a tutorial or there is like documentation. Okay, that's covered. But my question is, what else could I do? How could I surprise myself? How could I create something that's maybe not that purposeful or not that useful? But it doesn't matter. How could I break the thing and see what's the
Yeah.
limit? What else is possible? So yeah, I'm always curious to keep my brain busy and entertain myself a little bit.
Yeah. And you mentioned entertain, and at the same time you talk about the streamers. And when I
Mhm.
think about streamers, I'm 44, and when I think about streamer, I think about playing and games. But then you see, okay, you are bringing things from something that is not usually associated with work and with, let's say, serious work. And then
Mhm.
we'll talk about what's serious. And, and what's the importance of play in your view of facilitation and in general of communication?
Um, I strongly believe that just because something is work, it doesn't have to be boring. Okay, if you think I have to do this, I mean, yeah, I think the
Yeah,
outcome is different if you think I have to do this or I want to do something. And how do we get ourselves and people we work with to have this feeling of, oh, I want to be part of this. I want to work on this. I want to, so this is enjoyable. I want to join this session. Nobody
yeah,
ever said, oh, I want to join this meeting. I mean, people are invited, and then yeah, I will show up, whatever, and I will read my emails in the meantime. But if you use, it's not really about play, but it's about what are the engaging elements? How can you make something that's enjoyable and not funny but fun, or at least not boring, right? And I think the outcome at the end of the day is way better than if it's just, hey, I don't know, let's talk about this PowerPoint for, as I said, for 60 minutes. The information is maybe the same, but the way you present it or the way you interact with people makes a huge difference, in my opinion. And you talked about streamers, and why do we would join something like this today, which is a stream and not a Zoom meeting? So if somebody says, "Hey, I have a Zoom meeting where I talk with Roberto about stuff," I don't know. Maybe it's the same conversation, but we know from live streams. Oh, there is usually it's interactive. Usually it's different. There are certain elements that can be used in a live stream that we don't know from a Zoom meeting or from a Microsoft Teams
yeah,
meeting or any other platform. But surprise, surprise, it's the same tools. It's the same strategies we can use for both. So just because if you follow the right people, you will understand that yeah, they use all these um, techniques and tools that live streamers use to create this engagement, this playfulness,
yeah,
also in virtual meetings where you are in the same room, like a Zoom meeting, for example, or like a workshop or a training. So you just need to
yeah,
know that it's possible and how you can do it. Yeah, I think that's a great approach because I watch live streams all the time. But do I want
yeah,
to join a meeting? I'm not sure, right?
yeah. And this is amazing. Just imagine if we could, in all our meeting, say, I want to join this meeting, not just because they invited me and I have to go because it's my role, etc. And of course, maybe it's a little idealistic, and I hope someday I 100% want and choose to join the meeting. But of course, we can control what we can control. And if we could make our meeting more memorable, with more novelty and with more play, so that the people can join and see, oh, I want to join this meeting with Said, I want to join this meeting with Roberto, because besides the topic, I know there is going to be something useful for me. I'm going to learn something. I don't know what to expect to a certain point. And what would you say, Said, is something that the people who's connected, who's watching this recording, which is also another thing, wanting to watch a recording.
Right.
What would you say that's, you mentioned one thing, which is you don't know what you don't know. Some easy thing that people could say, okay, try this and see what happens.
Okay. If you follow me, so this is not the tip I want to share with you, but I'm just saying, if you follow me, you often seem like doing silly things, or sometimes I overdo it. I do a lot of things, but this is showcasing. I just want to show what's possible, and sometimes it's a lot. I'm not saying you have to do everything, right? That's my point. My point is not, oh, I saw this guy who does this for 20 years and he has all the things on his screen. I don't know what. No, that's not the goal. The goal is, what is one thing that you could change from what you did in the past 10, 5, 2 years, however. So what's a small thing you could change that could make a difference? And what I do is, for example, or first of all, is the way you appear on camera. If I get paid for something, I should kind of look like I got paid for this, and not, oh, I wake up and then, oh my god, meeting, I have to do a presentation, and then so the way you appear on camera is in a professional way. This is not, again, this is not playfulness or this, but if I join a meeting, so, oh, he actually looks like he cares about this, he takes it serious, or she,
Yes.
he put effort into preparation, he wants to make this look different. And one thing, for example, is, as you can see on my screen, when I join a session as a guest or as a host, it doesn't matter, you will recognize me, not only because of the head, because I always have the same look, but also my camera has a certain look. It looks branded. I have this little, it's called overlay, so it's not like my blank camera. I'm cropped properly. I'm sitting in the middle of my camera. I have the lighting is set up correctly. I have audio. You don't need to spend like hundreds of dollars into a microphone or anything. I'm just saying, hopefully my audio is clear, so people can listen to me without getting like I don't know, their ears bleeding. So these are the small things that try to make an effort. So, and people will recognize this. That's right. And the other thing is, if you look different, if I join your session, Roberto, and say, oh, he looks different on camera. Just because you have a little thing, you have your logo somewhere here, or your name popping up, or I don't know, small things that make a difference. Oh, let me see what he's got next, or looks like this guy has a plan. So I'm more likely to listen to you and follow along than, if it's your camera and I can see the inside of your nose because you're, I don't know, you know, this typical setups where people just have the laptop and then you see half of the ceiling. It's okay if you don't have any better place, but still small things that you can change.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that stands out is that you care. You
Mhm.
care about mm, making the most of the time of people. You care about the quality of what you show up. And one of the things, for example, when we did the preparation for the live, I'm sure you invested so much time, so much care. I can feel the details. You prepared the cropping so it's exactly the same size and LinkedIn Live. So we have not only better conversation, but a better experience for the people who's investing the time. And this is an amazing example because you are thinking not only about me, but about the other people who are here with us and who are looking at you, and they see the perfect screen with the one thing on the border, and this is great. And at the same time, what I hear is that not take ourselves too seriously. So it's a mix of caring about the people, preparation, but at the same time, hey, we are human.
You know what? This is, I always say this, and this may sound very selfish, but I want to have fun too. This is not only about you. I mean, sure,
Yes.
I'm delivering whatever it is, if it's a training or a talk or whatever for the audience and the participants. But I want to enjoy this too. So what can I do for myself? And sometimes it's the small things that this is also fun to me. So even if you don't notice some things, but I know it's there and makes me smile when I think about it. I cannot wait to show off this little feature I thought about today, or I have a little something looks a little bit different today because I created something. Oh yeah, this is fun. I cannot wait
Yeah.
for people to see if they see it or mention it, or even if not. But I
Yeah.
know it, so I want to have fun myself. I want to be. If I don't like what I'm doing, if I think, oh my god, I have to do this LinkedIn live
Oh,
with
yeah.
Roberto. Oh my god, why did I say yes? It's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Please don't take this
And
clip out of context.
yeah, you say one thing is great because this is contagious. There are two things. The first, what I hear is that the intention. You have the intention and you go into a meeting, into a Zoom, into a live session, whatever, with the intention of having fun.
Yeah,
And this also helps a lot because if you put your mind onto that, if you visualize, I also thought about how much fun am I going to have today, and it's already happening. And at the same time, it's contagious because what you are feeling probably will also mm, be in connection with the other people. So of course, they're all of the people have their own uh, feeling, their situation, but the person who is talking sets the tone, I think, for the meeting, and that's what you're doing.
yes. Just, I'm not talking about being silly. So I am silly, but it's just my character. If I like to make jokes, sometimes even on purpose, really bad jokes. It doesn't matter. It's just yeah, we are still humans. I don't wear a monocle and like a bow tie when I'm presenting something. I'm not a different person on LinkedIn than I am on I don't know, Instagram or elsewhere, or with in my Facebook, in my WhatsApp groups with my friends and family. So I'm a character, you are a character, and I think yes, if you can just be yourself somehow, so the best you can, of course, while staying professional, right? So
Mhm.
making an effort, but still um, being yourself. I don't know how to describe it, no, right? It's just in a professional manner, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah, exactly. I hear from you, Said, that we have many facets. We are not just professional. We are professional. I'm a father. I am, for example, I'm very excited about going outdoor. I'm also a tech geek, and these are also all faces of ourselves. So, in a certain point, we don't have, of course, to show all of those at the same time. But I hear that you say that okay, we are in a professional setting. Maybe the professional part has to be its part, but then we can also show some of who we are, because in the end, when people sees us for who we are, maybe they will trust us more because they say, okay, this is who Said is, this is who is Roberto.
yeah.
I I know I can trust him because looks like he's been transparent.
Um, yeah, I find it really hard to fake for too long. You remember, I don't know when was your last job interview? Like mine is a long time ago. I don't know, maybe it's 8, 9, 10 years ago since my last real job interview. And yeah, you can fake it for 20 minutes maybe, right? But you cannot fake it for the rest of your life. I mean, in this 20 minutes, you are overly serious and you try to really to give more than you would do in another situation. Um, but you cannot do this your whole career. You cannot do this in every session. So it's just too much effort to try to be
Yeah,
someone else. So the easiest way for me, yeah, just be myself and don't care that much on about what others think. I mean, in a positive way, right? So yeah, this is who I am. Deal with it or don't. Maybe I'm not your type, or I'm not. If you have the chance, I wouldn't join his training. He's not the kind of guy I would. Okay, that's fine. There are others, and join someone else's sessions or someone else's workshops or whatever you like. But for me, it's okay. This is what you get, and yeah, deal with it. But again, in a positive way. So it's nothing negative. Just this is what you get is upfront, very very clear. Hopefully, okay, you can expect just things to be silly, to be playful, to be I don't know, kind of different and interactive, not as linear as you are used to. I'm not the PowerPoint guy who goes, okay, step 1, 2, 3, maybe a little chaotic sometimes, but hopefully you get what you paid for or what you didn't pay for.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there is one thing that you said about this of sharing and the idea of when you connect and when you are in a meeting, you can choose who you are, but then if you choose so long something that you are not aligned with you, so much effort. And I can definitely see that. And then there's one more thing that's connected with this. When you said in the beginning that you share just what you like and what you would like to see in others.
Yeah.
It's amazing because there is a say that one of my coaching trainers told me, which is your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yes.
And it means that what you share purposely, of course, as you do, and as I hopefully do, what you share is what you are. And then it attracts people with the same interest. And as you said, if they don't have the same value, maybe it's good that we don't have to have exactly the same idea of everyone. And this is also the beauty of the internet, because there are so many niches, so many things that we can find people aligned with our values and then go deeper into that. So this is an amazing example. Thank you, Said.
Thank you. Sometimes it's also what people say is it's not about me, or it's not about you, right? So you are the least important person as a facilitator, for example. You're probably the least important person in the room, or as a trainer, you're the least important person. It's not about you. It's about the people to get the value and to get the outcome and get the best experience maybe they can get. Okay, I get that. But on the other hand, I take myself sometimes as a benchmark. What would I like to join? So if I had a chance, right, to have this same topic about whatever it is, and the version A is somebody is just talking to me the whole time and has his or her slides, or it's the same concept, but maybe with a joke from time to time, maybe with something unexpected from time to time that keeps me awake. 60 minutes is a long time. We have TikTok brains. If things don't change every 20 seconds, you fall asleep. If somebody takes like 30 seconds to find the right screen to share in Zoom, let's say, I will check my emails, I will check my LinkedIn notifications, and I'm gone. You cannot catch me anymore. Or I will do something. Oh, he's sharing. Let me quickly do this and this. And what did he say again? Oh, I missed it. And then, okay. So I'm just thinking about it that way. What would keep me engaged, and how could I create something that hopefully people would also like, that agree with me, that say, yeah, this is way more enjoyable than just the pure information. I saw, I think it was Jenny in the chat, Joe, sorry, saying, yeah, the age of information is over. Yeah, it's not only about, I can read a book if I want information, right? I can listen to an audiobook if I'm lazy. That would also work. But how can I be interested in what the information is? Why do I want to learn this? Yeah, it's important. Yeah, tell your kids, yeah, this is important. You need to learn math. Yeah, they don't care, right? But if it's in a fun and playful way and engaging way, or you play a game with them, they will learn the math automatically, and they don't even know they learned. And 60 minutes are over so fast. If you do like an hour with them of playful learning language, for example, with fun cards or a game. And why should we not do the same as adults?
Yeah, absolutely. And this made me think of one thing, because I've been doing, and it's so much fun, by the way, virtual communication workshop. And I asked the people who joins before the workshop, what's their biggest struggle with online communication and virtual communication? And it was surprising in the beginning because I expected, okay, my biggest issue is camera, the microphone, the non-verbal language, which all are important. But then 80% of the people tells me that the most challenge they have is engaging with the people. And how do I keep the attention? How do I deal with people that don't have the camera on? And how do I connect with someone again? And what you said about not wanting to be on the meeting, all around the same. And the idea of connection with the people, caring and engaging comes again and again. Yeah.
I know people, friends or people I got to know over LinkedIn. This is such a great space. There are so many things and so many awesome people. When I see they have an event coming up, a workshop, I want to join this. I mean, it's a meeting, it's a workshop. It's not about the problem I have. It's just, oh, I don't care what the topic is. I know she will do a great job, and I will learn something new.
Yeah.
There are people to connect with. It will be engaging. It will be all the things that I like, and I'm pretty sure I will have a nice 60 minutes or 45 minutes or however long it takes. So there are certain people that, oh, there's a free workshop. Why? Yeah, let me join this. And this is the thing that um, I think then you won when people are just waiting for you to do something and you will join automatically. And I actually don't care about the topic sometimes. Yeah, I know the format is great, and even if the topic is not my thing, yeah, but while I'm there, maybe I learn about something about new topic I didn't care about before. Maybe I figure out, oh, this topic is not for me, but I figured it out in a fun way and not in a boring way, right? So yeah, just
Yeah.
join. There are so many. If you go on LinkedIn, and I know
Yeah.
most of our network, there are maybe kind of facilitators or trainers or visual people. There are so many events going on, and then you also see, oh, how do they do it? And it's not about copying. It's, oh, I just like the way she hosts or facilitates her workshop. That's a great thing. Or I like the way he does his webinars. Or I like the tech he uses because I'm a geek. Just joining for this is what the buy-in. This is what brings me into the session. And then while
Okay.
I'm there, okay, then give me also the information while I'm here. I will not stop listening just because it's not my topic 100%.
I'm super curious. Hey, now that you mentioned this, what's the thing that you learned in the last year, in the last 6 months, that surprised you the most?
Mm. I maybe it's not a learning, but being aware of uh, just because I know something, and I don't mean to sound condescending or arrogant or something. I'm just saying, just because I know something, I should not assume, oh, everybody knows this.
Mm.
I know this because I'm doing this exact thing for years now. And for me, it's just a habit. And oh yeah, of course, there is a button in Zoom you can click to do something. No question. And then you do the thing. And somebody go, how did you do that? I didn't. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's there for 10 years. I mean, it's a big red button on the top right. But how should you know if you never saw somebody doing it or talking about it or saw it in action or didn't
Exactly.
you don't know what you don't know. And this is the thing that I learned. Okay, sometimes I have to go back to basics and talk about the small things. What's the smallest thing? That's what's the question in the beginning, right? What's the smallest thing you
Yeah.
could do to have greater online sessions or greater meetups or greater conversations? And sometimes, oh, let me go back to 2021 or something. What was the first thing I learned that surprised me? Right, that I now take for granted because I get bored by it. I've done it so many times. That's one thing. The other thing is also, unfortunately, often I get, it's being somewhere on the spectrum, right? And but unfortunately, sometimes I get not bored by my own stuff. But if I do something too often, in the same way. Oh yeah, I mean, I've done this like 5 times the same way. Oh, I've used the same colors for 5 times. Oh, how boring! It's boring to me because I spend so much time doing it. I'm seeing the same thing every day.
Yeah.
For somebody who joins my session, my training, my masterclass, whatever, for the first time, to them it's new. And this is also something I need to remind myself that just because I think, yeah, nobody cares about this anymore. Yeah, but people care. People often care. It's just me. I have to get over it. And so, yeah, people are still interested in this. And when you get this little, when you get feedback, for example, or we get somebody who actually says, "Oh, I didn't know this," or did you? Oh, yeah, okay, there is still value, and this excites me then again about the small things, right? So
Yeah.
but it's a process to not get bored by your own stuff. If you're a
Yeah.
cook, or I don't know, and you cook like spaghetti every day, so, oh my God,
Exactly.
how can people eat spaghetti, right? But if you only eat it like once a month in a restaurant, it's totally different. So yeah, these are the things that I need to remind myself of constantly. That hmm,
Yeah.
my knowledge or my experience or the things that this is not the benchmark for others.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
what I hear from you is also more in general, not to discount ourselves just because it's easy for us. Maybe it's not easy for someone who has not done this for 10, 100, or 1,000 times. It still has value. And this is, on the contrary, this is easy for us, and we can share, or we can teach, or anyway, we can do it faster than other people who didn't do it yet. So, yeah, I totally see what you mean, that, okay, it's easy, let's do another thing. But this has still a ton of value.
yeah,
And then there is one more thing that I hear from you, is that you are doing things that for you, and I would like to quote Naval Ravikant here, who says, what feels like play to you, but it's like work to others. And in the sense of work, which is the opposite of play, because we know it's not opposite, but I hear this from you, that it's all play.
yeah. Yeah, just again, just because something is easy to me or to you or to anybody in the audience, whatever your niche is, whatever your expertise is,
Yeah.
um, does not mean that it's easy for others, right? But sometimes it's just knowing about where to start, knowing what's possible, and knowing how to practice, getting like the first kickstart for certain um, topics, and then it becomes easy. Everything is hard in the beginning, and I forgot how hard it was in the first. How does this whole thing work? I have no idea. And then after a few weeks, it's okay. I don't even know where to click or what to do anymore because it's just a muscle memory for a lot of things. But
Yeah.
we should constantly remind ourselves about and also the value. Of course, this is valuable for someone out there. I sometimes do things that I said in the beginning that are silly, right? Or I, it's mostly in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m. German morning, right, in Europe. And and I open the mirror board and let me just do something. I don't know what I do, visuals or something, or open Figma, which is for designer. I'm not a Figma expert. I just, let me figure out how I could do something and combine something and create, I don't know, whatever it is, a meme or whatever it is. Or I open OBS and what could I do just to entertain myself and as an exercise to not get bored by the things, right? Oh, let me figure out a new feature. Like, oh, I saw somebody on YouTube doing something. How can I do it differently? And often it's just for fun. When I share it with people, I mostly share everything like on LinkedIn. And then somebody says, "Oh, I could use this for this and this use case." Okay, you have a use. I haven't even thought about the use case. This was not about here is something that will help you in your life, but who am I to judge how what you find valuable or what you could use for your work, your private life, whatever. So
Yeah.
just sharing, and maybe there is inspiration. I learned from that back. So, oh, he said he or she would use this in this situation. That gives me a use case to make it something more serious and something more useful. I just start with the playfulness for myself and
And then,
Yeah, and make it really on purpose, just a fun thing, and add alpacas and a joke and all the things that I'm maybe known for, and then somebody just gives me the feedback of, oh, I did something similar, but I did it in this way, and we used it. And, oh, that's nice. And now I can go deeper in the rabbit hole and look for purpose. How can I delete all the silliness and make it something that people would actually use? Yes, right. It's a little
You
bit of
start with play. You always
yeah.
start with play, and then with the curiosity. And again, I'm very very much curious about what's the thing that excites you the most at this moment, Said, of your explorations.
Oh, I'm not sure if there's just one thing that excites me the most. I'm really not sure. For me, it's more the sum of the small things.
Ah,
I'm often excited, but a very small thing that I discover. But
mm,
it's not like, oh, the big huge thing, and then bam, here
yeah,
is the excitement. It's a really small thing, because
yeah,
that gives me a start for other things. Oh,
yeah.
whatever it is. So I saw something, or I heard something, or read something. Oh, this
It's
excites
like
me to
a little
get
bit
started.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I found a puzzle piece. Where's the rest of the puzzle? Right. And so that's what excites me. And how can I put things
Mm,
together, rather than, or there is one thing. And as a geek, I always like when I explore like little tech tips from someone. Like, oh, why didn't I know? And I catch myself, why didn't I know that? This is just something that's there for years again. Oh, let me go down the rabbit hole again for 3, 4, 5 hours of trying to do things. So yeah.
yeah, and connects with what you said in the beginning about you have an application, you have a software, and you don't just take it out of the box as it is and use it, but always try to do how how can I do this better? How can I do this more? How can I change or tweak a little bit? And what can be the connection to the world of work of this idea?
I mean, this is all work related, I think.
Yeah,
Right. Um, but I think learning by exploring is way more valuable, and to learn better than learning by teaching. Right? I don't have an example right now, but maybe I will come up with something later. Okay, if you figure out the solution yourself, or if you figure out a solution, it doesn't have to be the perfect one, but then you thought deeply about the problem, you thought about um, certain ways to solve it, and to have maybe a creative outcome, a very serious solution for the task. Or I could just tell you, okay, 1 + 1 = 2. It's the same, right? But if you try to figure it out yourself, okay, how does this 1 and 1 work? I don't know. So maybe there are ways I haven't thought about. And then I think it makes just the process easier, because if you explored it yourself, then so for me, but I'm a little bit different maybe. But we talked about software. When I discover a tool, I like, sometimes it's free software, so okay, nothing to lose. I download it. And what I do is I explore myself. I don't like to, or I will watch 2 hours of tutorials first to understand where. I don't care. I just, okay, let me break this thing. So what's the worst thing that can happen? Yeah, what's this? What's this? And then things pop out and stuff happens, and then try to figure out myself what I can do with it. Then once I hit like the water, okay, no, I want to do this one thing and I have no idea how to do it. And I
yeah,
start Googling, and with all the exploration I did by myself, plus the actual answer to something, this combined can bring a totally different outcome than if I started with a linear learning of how this tool works. Here's where you click. Here's this window. Here's this window. But I discovered a window you didn't talk about, and this gave me like a solution for a problem I didn't have before. So just exploring by myself, rather than. And this also works, I think, for work the same way. Is, yeah, try to figure out
yeah,
yourself, and then if you can't figure it out, they will give you a little hint for something, uh, and we will get to a solution. Maybe it takes longer, but also the knowledge will
it's
stay longer,
yours.
and the application is you can apply it better if you thought, oh, I discovered this, no, but I discovered this myself. I'm so proud. I found this button. Or if I tell you, there's the button in 2 seconds. Okay,
Yeah.
I think it's a difference, right? Again, the example with children, if they
Yeah.
do something, or if you tell them, oh, the Legos have to be like, if you have this Lego Star Wars packages or whatever, where everything has to be in its place. I find this boring, right? Or here it's just a million bricks. Build a Lego Death Star yourself, and they will find ways to do it. And the first time it will not work, and it will break, and it will not look the way you want it to look, maybe. But
Yeah,
going by the manual, there will be, it's just following steps.
absolutely.
Nothing
Yeah.
against processes, but just saying.
You're not saying that it's one or the other. What I hear from you is that uh, if you put the effort, and if you are investing this time and trying to teach yourself to make your own, then you can ask for help, of course. But if you have already the answer, you have to do is A, B, C.
Yeah.
That's it. There is even, I remember one thing that is called the IKEA effect, which means that what you build yourself, you value it so much more. So it's the same thing. I have one thing in talking about tech. I have one screen with my image so I can see if I'm centered or not. I did it myself. There are many online, of course, but I wanted to do it myself and it's mine. And so it's like, it's also a way to better understand the things and to make it yours. Definitely.
I literally have the same thing. So, yeah, I could just download this. It's called rule of thirds, right? How do I center myself on? I could download this, but I saw it somewhere. So I knew about the concept, but I saw it somewhere. Was reminded. Oh, I will sit down for half an hour, and I will create this thing. I could have just downloaded it in 5 seconds, but no, I wanted to be mine. I did it myself. I learned how to do things. I gained some skills that I didn't have before in
Yeah,
designing something. I could add
exactly.
my touch to it and whatever, and then
Yeah,
it's mine. And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
why?
And say, now that you said it, can you show it so the people see
Oh,
that?
yeah. I'm
If you
hoping
can.
I'm not breaking something, but let me
Okay,
quickly
let's do it.
see.
Experiment.
Let me quickly see. There it is.
Wow.
So as you can,
You see this?
so for me, I know what eyes and what shoulders are, but I even added like little labels, so I know, okay, this is where my shoulders should be, and this is where
Yeah,
the window is small. This is where my eyes should be, and I'm perfectly
amazing.
centered. I even added the head. I don't need a head, but let me add something transparent that kind of looks fun or something. I don't need this little effect, but it was part of the creation, and then I share it with people. So if anybody says,
I,
"Oh, I like that," or during my trainings or whatever, so I would like to use that too. Yeah, sure, you can have it. You don't have to create things yourself. I have so much fun doing it for you. Right. So if you're someone who wants just a solution, okay. I like the process more than the solution. I tell you something that's weird. Um, Sometimes I do things and then I delete them afterwards, because I enjoy the process of being creative
yeah,
so much. I tried different iterations, and my boards, or they look, oh, I will never share this how it looks. It's like a million different things, and copy of copy of copy, and trying to, and then at the end, okay, done. No, I'm bored. I don't need this anymore. But the process of getting there, that
yeah,
was the most fun, rather than I
yeah,
don't need the thing actually.
yeah. And actually, this makes me think of one thing. For example, I'm a person who takes notes so much. I'm taking note all the time. But then I think about all these notes that I never looked anymore. And I see what's the important thing. And one person, I did recently did a training, and my coach in this training challenged me. And she said, Roberto, you are taking so many notes, but you are missing point. Maybe you're missing some of the session. You're not so engaged because you're taking so many notes. What is important, you will get anyway. So take just a few notes. What's very, very essential, and the rest will stay with you. And when you said that you created this, but then you deleted, that's also reminding me of this, because the important thing after you had the experience is already with you.
Yeah, exactly. So just think for yourself. Again, do I give you the solution, or do you want to work on the solution? No, I just
Yeah,
want to do it myself. And if I like to take notes, to process things, and then throw them away afterward. That's the way I process things. That's the way I learn. That's the way I maybe that triggers something, an idea for something I haven't thought about while I'm doing this one thing. So, but people, of course, are different. Luckily, where we are not all the same. Whatever works best for you. Just saying sometimes, yeah, just try. There is nothing you can do wrong. So if nobody asks you to do something, you're doing just for yourself. There is no wrong way of doing it. Because if it's client work or somebody requests like that you have like structured notes for something, yeah, then you probably do it differently. But if it's just for yourself, yeah, this is just for me. Who cares how it looks? Who cares?
Yeah.
Let me be creative. Let me try out things, and then I
Let me
use
add
it
one
maybe.
thing,
Yeah.
because when you said they ask you to do it this way, I would challenge it a little bit, because you can always add your little touch. Everything can be at least a little bit personalized. It doesn't have to be the copy.
Yeah, and you know what? If you tell me how to do it, why
Oh,
do you need me? Then tell it to anybody.
yeah,
So you don't need me. What's my part in this? So you
yeah,
use ChatGPT. You could tell it to what to do exactly, and it will give you the outcome you liked in 30 seconds. But why do you want to work with me? Why do you want to me host a session? Why do you want me to do a training? Because I think different because or you or whoever, right? Or maybe I have my certain touch to it. Maybe I have a certain playfulness. Maybe it's my
yeah,
brand. Maybe it's my personality. Maybe it's the way I don't know what it is. But why me? If anybody can do it, I'm already bored. He doesn't look for anybody. So I'm not a fan of just doing the thing for the sake
yeah,
of having it done. Yeah, if you come to me, then probably you want my expertise, or there is something you want about me, or there's something you expect. Let me do the thing. So
yeah.
right, there's always a frame of what do you need, and then but let me do the rest. Right.
Exactly. And when you say this, it came to my mind. I think you heard that there is a TED talk about micromanagement. Which there is a very important, a crucial part when they say we hired amazing people and then crush their souls by telling them which font to use in the PowerPoint.
Yeah, exactly. So we all have been there, maybe. So having this. I remember no name calling, but I remember like meetings, or 90-minute meeting of somebody telling me what to write on which PowerPoint. In the same time, you could have done it. Why am I sitting here? I mean, or use your text to speech or speech to text or whatever, and then you have the information. You don't need me if you tell me every single step. The same is if to the method of going to a restaurant. I order pizza, or I order noodles or whatever, and I know which ones I want, but I don't follow you into the kitchen and say, yeah, but take the other pan and no, do it that way. You are the professional. I come to you because I know
Trust me.
you
Yeah,
have a skill, right? And then I only know the roughly the outcome. Surprise me. Maybe if it's even what I didn't
exactly.
expect, even
Surprise
better.
me.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even if I went to a restaurant one day. It was Japanese, and we asked the waiter. We said, we have this budget. Surprise us. We trust you. Do your thing. But we chose to go to a Japanese. We didn't go to an Italian because we wanted to eat something. And this is exactly the frame. And this also goes into the business world, in the world of work. I have a colleague, or I have a teammate, or my manager, or whatever. We have the frame, and then we can play and we can experiment. And of course, we have to achieve the goal, but we can achieve the goal in our own way. And into the process, we learn more even. So,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's different between how and what. I mean, it's okay to tell me the what. I mean, yeah, what do you need, right? But not the how. So as long as at the end it's what you wanted, or even more if I'm good at what I'm doing, right? So
Yeah,
that's all you need, and leave the how to me. um yeah, that's
yeah,
my superpower. The how is my superpower, not the what.
absolutely. And at the same time, I hear that you always look for feedback. You're not just, okay, I do my thing and this is it, you like it or not. But then you ask always for feedback. What did you like? What was useful? And you're also surprised by the feedback for what I heard sometimes.
Um, I, I'm not sure I always ask for feedback, to be honest,
Uh-huh.
but I think people give feedback automatically sometimes. What I meant in the beginning is more I share, and then whoever likes or is interested enough to spend 2 minutes of writing a comment or writing a feedback or responding to something, that's even more valuable than, oh, I asked you for feedback, now you have to come up with something. And if you ask people after the training, yeah, I don't know, I need feedback, here's the form, fill it out with 10 questions, you will get answers, you will get feedback. Yeah, but because I had to give feedback. The worst feedback is if people don't even care enough to give you feedback. So I
Mm,
don't even care about this. I will not participate in the survey and stuff. So, but I'm just saying. So
yeah.
I just like to share things, and I know people will, whatever feedback means, will comment, will add something to it, will share something, and positive or room for improvement or negative. Everything is welcome. I need to know for myself how I deal with. Is it a
Yeah.
feedback or is it just an opinion? There's a huge difference between your opinion and your actual feedback towards what I'm doing. So yeah, but seeing how people use things, that's also feedback. If I show something and then somebody comes back to me and say, "Hey, look how I used the thing you shared the other day." I say,
Yeah.
okay, that's feedback. It's not, oh, it was good or it was bad or I don't know what, but this is what I created. And okay, this is
Yeah.
great
Give
feedback.
information, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
And there is one thing, Said, that now that you said that, I remember once that I sent you a photo some time ago. I sent a photo of my Stream Deck.
oh
And I
yeah, I
said,
remember.
I was so happy. I said, look, Said, I bought this Stream Deck thanks to what you shared. And then what you did is that you took the photo and you did a meme or
Yeah,
some joke out of that. It was
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, because that triggered my creativity and actually, so this was feedback I never asked for, but
Yeah.
for some reason I get this a lot, like especially the the geeky things. When somebody sends me a picture of one of these things, say, "Oh look, I bought this," and say, okay, why are you telling me this? But of course, it's because, oh yeah, because I saw you talking about it, or no, I'm part of the club, and it's a proud moment. So, okay, awesome, somebody spent like $200 or euros because of my post to buy something maybe they didn't even understand fully, right? And that's no offense. I'm just saying, some people, oh, I trusted you enough
Yeah.
in what you are sharing, so I bought it and I will figure it out later, or I would like you to explain it to me, or will join one of your classes or something like this. Or this is awesome feedback. It's not about this is good, this is bad, this
Yeah.
is what you could
Yeah.
do better. I never asked for this, and you spent money, you spent time, you took the time to send me a picture, and I have a lot of these pictures. Either this or people send me alpaca photos for some reason. It also happens a lot. So whenever somebody sends me a photo of geeky things, oh, here's my new camera, here's my microphone, here's how my desk looks. This is so awesome to me to just see these things, and this makes me happy. It's like a little love letter. So, oh yeah, thanks a lot for the message. Way better
Yeah.
than any other written feedback.
Say now that you're talking about, and I'm conscious of the time, by the way, because it's almost
Time
five
flies, yeah.
thirty. Yeah, time flies. And what's the one? Now you show the Stream Deck.
Yeah.
Do you want to show any of these gadgets and tell to the people who connected here what it is and what's about?
So, first of all, full
Yeah.
disclosure or disclaimer, I never know the difference, is um, a tool is a tool.
Yeah.
Don't think, oh, I saw all these streamers and stuff, they have one of these, or they
Yeah.
have, I don't know, they use this tool to do things. They have a teleprompter, they have 12 lights, they have a yellow microphone. And if I buy these things will go automatically. This is not
Yeah.
how it works. Tools is maybe the third part in the process.
Yeah.
I want to quote facilitator, colleague, and friend Göran, who said it's connection first, then it's content, and I add then it's the tools. So if you don't know how to connect with people on a human level, If you don't have your content, if you don't know what you're talking about, a Stream Deck will not add anything
Yeah.
to, or a better camera will not add anything. The best microphone only picks up what you say. If you don't know what to talk about, then it will be just silence or weird things, but in good quality, right? So, so just be aware of this tool. And I'm saying it as a geek. I really like tech, but just which problem does it solve in the end? How can it make what I'm already doing, what I'm proficient, what I'm excited about, even better? And one of my favorite tools, and I have two of them here, is like, again, I'm not sponsored or anything, is an Elgato Stream Deck, which just allows me to do certain things, which is, I don't know, switch between cameras, for example, turn on and off certain things on my camera, mute myself in Zoom, turn on my lights and turn off my lights if I like to. There is a button for everything. So, okay, now it's this and now it's this. And this is not even, you can use things in a playful way, but I think, okay, if I have to start a session and I have everything on these buttons prepared, right? And I know where they are, and they have colors, and they have other things, and I know how to use this device. Okay, when I'm doing my Miro workshop, for example, I know I press button 1, which will do the screen sharing. Then I press button 2, which will make my camera small and have my face, I don't know, in a however styled, right? Or on this one will turn up and down my microphone volume, and then I have something else that will show like these little things. Will have a pop up somewhere that shows some additional information or hide it. This is great for creating a flow, and this supports me in the way, and the same for you, because now I can focus on you. I know when I want to mute myself, there's this big red button that I have to press. I don't need to care where the Zoom window is. I don't need to care. Yeah, exact. And once I start fumbling, I have to do. Sorry, let me quickly. Then I lose, and I lose my confidence because I'm out of right. So I'm not in my comfort zone anymore. But if I have something like this, okay, I can trust this little device that will support me with the basics that I need, and then there is a lot of very, very cool additional things that you can do. That's one thing. And I recommend people to at least take a look at something like this if it's something that you think, oh, I didn't know what it is. I didn't know how it works. No, I know. Let me dive deeper. That's the way you should do it. At least understand what it is, and if it's something for you, if you have the budget for it, and if it solves any of your problems, or maybe it solves problems you didn't even know you had to begin with.
Exactly, because for example, in my case, when I bought this, now that you explained your use case, my use case is completely different. I use it to open windows. I have one folder for each of my projects. Inside the project, there are the links to the files that I use most, the link to the folders, all the things. If, for example, if I'm going to prepare this live, I have my folder with all the relevant things, and then the other one. So, and again, it connects with what you said at the beginning about tinkering and experimenting and finding your own way, because there is no one solution to do this.
Exactly. And once you start, you will find I can tell you my use cases, and some of them maybe also apply to you. We all need this one mute button because we all do this. And how can I easily screen share? How can I keep track of the things? How can I open tools and save time and etc. and prepare myself? But then it's up to you to, okay, what is your use case? And then you can ask if you like, and I will happily share with you how I would do it, or multiple ways you can get creative. But yeah,
Exactly.
and this is just one of and the other one which I don't use today. I have it here, but it's just different for the live stream. Is a teleprompter which is up there, so I could see your face and I can look through your face into my camera, and so
Exactly.
maintaining eye contact not only for a stream. Streamers and broadcasters use this, but it works in Zoom. It works everywhere. So I
Yeah,
look at whoever I'm talking to, and then look them straight in the face or in the eyes, while I can. It's not like this the whole time.
yeah, you're
My
looking
monitor.
at the other side. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
today I
absolutely.
did it a lot because on a LinkedIn Live it's a little bit different at the moment. But in general, for my work, I use this all the time. So I know, or when I want to talk to people, I always look up automatically. No, the habit is there,
Exactly.
and I can see
And
them,
again,
their faces.
you're doing this because you care. That you care to invest money, time to have a better connection with the people, because it's not about you. It's about how your message comes across and how can you engage with the people and not just looking at the other screen. You're not talking at the screen, you're talking with another person. Yeah.
Exactly. This is just a medium, right? It's just something.
Yeah,
Okay, that
exactly.
it happens that there is a screen between us, but we are still
Exactly.
humans, etc.
Yeah.
And just one last thing regarding that is start small.
Yeah.
Again, we asked in the very beginning, but what's the one thing I could change? Change one thing, see how it works, get comfortable with it, and then you get bored by it, hopefully. Okay, now I want to add the second thing. And by bored, I mean you just have the routine now, right? And then, okay, what else could I do? And then, okay,
Yes.
how much more can I add until it's still not overwhelming and it supports me and it adds value to the audience?
Exactly. And this is an example, Said, because we have been talking almost all the conversation. I'm conscious of the time, but almost all the conversation we talk about connection and the content, and the tools are the last thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you're doing it right, nobody will know which tools you're using. It's not about, hey, look, I talk about it because I also educate people in these tools. That's okay. I have to talk about the tools, of course. But for you, as a facilitator, as a trainer, as a speaker, people shouldn't even know which tools you are using, and it's magic. So who cares, right? Oh,
Enjoy.
there's something
Yeah.
happening. Just enjoy the moment and don't look behind the curtain or don't look
Yes.
into the head or whatever. So yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. And I have one. Well, first of all, one more question. How
yeah.
can people reach out to you or connect with you if they want to know more after this live?
If you are not already connected with me, please just connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm here all day long, so this is the best way to stay in touch with me. DM me if you like, and also if you want to know more about my work and things that are coming up, it's thefacilitainer.com, where you can find a few more things, a few resources that I share and other things. But I'm basically, if you find me on LinkedIn, then you found me. I think this is a great way to communicate, and the rest will, evolve from there.
Great. And I have one more question for you,
Yes.
Said, which is, if you had to choose one thing, what would you like to see more and less in the world?
In general, or about what we talked?
Yeah. What comes to your mind? More and less.
So for more, I first of all, I think like education in general, it should be free and accessible to everybody. There
Mm,
shouldn't be a barrier to education nowhere on the planet. So that's the thing. I just want to see more access to knowledge, more access to free knowledge, more access to easy, digestible knowledge for everybody around. And the things that I would like to see less to our topic is maybe l- less talking to people than
mm,
with people. And whatever that means. I mean, we talk to people today, but still there are certain elements where I say, yeah, but we also talked with them because we try to interact with them the best we can in these circumstances. So just having more conversations than rather than giving lectures.
absolutely. And you're an example of that, by the way, Said.
Thank you very much. Same to
In
you.
all that you do, I see the care and the little details, and it really comes across as that you think that this is valuable and you respect yourself, the time of the people, and everything. Thank you.
Yeah. Life is too short to spend it with like boring and uninteresting things. So let's make the best out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
doing this. Thank you also for the people who's connected. I see that someone has to leave already. Of course, we're a little bit out of time. Thank you so much. Thank you for being there. Thank you for interacting with us. It was very fun, actually, the experiment of doing it live. So thanks again, and have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, depending on your time zone.
See you very soon.
Bye.